Hey Flosstube, it's Kim, the 303 Stitcher. This is Flosstube number 4. Y'all, I have been slacking. It has been 7 months since I have been here to record last. And yeah, it's been a while. So for anyone who is new here, welcome. This is my channel all about my love for cross stitch, where I share my projects, my goals, my fake plans probably. And just kind of keep a documentation of my progress on my projects. For everyone who has stayed subscribed, there's some of y'all I know have been here for a while, and I appreciate each and every single one of you for sticking it out and hanging out with me. I went yesterday and met up with a stitchy friend. You know who you are, because I know you're gonna watch this because you called me out. I got called out, y'all. It was, when are you gonna record again? So here I am. Obviously I had to practice on this, so there's gonna be a lot of ums and probably some funny facial features. I just apologize right now. It's been a while. My goal for 2024 is to hopefully be back more than every 7 months. To share what I'm working on with you all. So I'm gonna jump into my WIPs, and this is a WIP parade just because I haven't been here. Doesn't mean I have not been furiously stitching. Got a couple of new starts this year, a couple of new starts planned next year, some stuff maybe y'all can help me out with, but we can talk about that at the end of the video. I'm gonna jump into my projects. I am gonna apologize right now if y'all get knocked around or we have a little furry friend who decides to pop into the video. Since I was here last, we adopted a 3-year-old cat. They say she's 3. We think she's a lot younger than that. But she is out and about and roaming around and is very playful and curious and is really starting to bond with our family. So she's kind of out and seeking out human interaction a lot more now. So I apologize in advance if she jumps into this video and knocks things around. With that being said, I'm also going to try to put these back into their bag, so it might be a little crinkly. I apologize. The first one I'm going to jump right into is going to be my first ever HAID. I started this about 2.5 years ago, and this Heaven and Earth Designs, for those who are new and don't know what HAID means. It's Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Shimmer Black Rose Max Color. Again, this was my first HAID. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. Max Color is no joke, and neither are their projects. And this is going to be, when it's done, is 525 by 477. I am stitching this on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana 1/1 full cross. I did start it 2/1 tent, or no, sorry, 2/1 full cross, and realized really quickly how bulky that gets. Changing kind of in the beginning, you can't really tell. There are 122 colors of it. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. I'm stitching this for my daughter, and hopefully we'll have it done before she graduates from high school. She's an 8th grader right now, so we will see where that goes. I will apologize right now for any of my hanging threads if that drives you nuts. It's driving me nuts right now too, which is why I'm actually trying to work on my projects that have parked threads to work those in. I was a parker, and now I'm like, not for me. So this is where we are. And I still have the hue snap on the couple of sides of this, so I apologize for wrinkles and all of that stuff. But as you can see, I have made it across the entire top section of pages. You can see that the horse or unicorn's mane is coming in there at the top. It's so pretty. I love the way that this is turning out. So that is Shimmer Rose, and I have the bag right here. So again, I apologize for any crinkles. I will not zip them on video because I know that's super annoying. The next project that I'm going to show you guys is going to be the Enchanted Quaker. This is designed by Misty Purcell, and I got this from Luminous Fiber Arts. It is available as a PDF. I actually purchased it. I want to say it was either at Market or something along those lines, because I got it in the mail. And so normally when I order charts, it's usually from Market or something along those lines. So this is what this is going to look like when it's done. A lot of people have already finished this. A lot of other Flosstubers and whatnot have already finished this project. What I love about this one is this is actually my first Quaker I've ever done, and I am hooked. I love it. It's not my normal, but I absolutely love how quickly you can just stitch up a motif and then put your needle down. Or it feels like to me a super really easy quick stitch. So this is where I am on it currently. So I am using, I don't know if you can see the variegation very well in there, but I am using I want to say the name of it is Haunted. It is hand-dyed by Rolanda. She's on Etsy. She's from Canada. I met her in person and saw some of her hand-dyed fabric and hand-dyed threads when I was at Stitch North last year. Absolutely fell in love with it. Went online, ordered it, and she hand-delivered it to me while we were still at the retreat. And then the fabric on this one, I want to say is, I have the tag on it still. It is Boneyard by Be Stitch Me. It is done on 28 count Lugana, and I am doing this 2/1 full cross. I really love the look of this is 2/2. I don't know what I'm talking about today. I love the look of 2/2, especially in projects like this. So I am part of her fabric club. This one came in and I was like, perfect. This is, I don't know if you can kind of see fabric, but it's a really cool kind of like spooky-ish color. It came in around, it was like probably October's fabric of the month. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of extra, obviously, because I do a half yard of hers, just so I have extras. I'm just going to toss this one off to the side because I don't have the bag out for that one. The next one that I've been working on, also that one was a new start. So the Enchanted Quaker was a new start for me this year. Next one I'm going to show you guys is Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Mini All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. Artwork is by Jim Warren. I am doing this obviously in the mini size. When I started Shimmer, I was like, I need something a little bit smaller so I can try to get something done. So this is what that's gonna look like when it's done. And again, parked threads and still my Q-snap, but this is all the further I've made it. I've been working on this probably for about 2.5 years as well. This is 25 count Easy Guide Lugana. I am doing this 2/1 tent stitch, again, to try to get some kind of a finish. When I work on this one, I love it because the colors are so nice. And honestly, I don't know what it is, what I did right, but this Q-snap has been holding this tension for a while, and it just glides through there. So I love it. That needle minder is from Creatively Crafting. The next one I'm gonna show you will be another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Treasures of the Sea, and artwork is by Oleg Gavrilov. I baby slaughtered his name, but this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. This actually was the third Haid that I started. Again, I started Shimmer Rose and Mini All Dogs and this one kind of all pretty quickly. And so I've been working on this one too for about 2 years. And this is where I am. Again, I have parked threads everywhere. So I'm making this one for my mother-in-law. She has her entire bedroom is like beach themed. She loves the beach, which who doesn't? Well, I mean, I guess some people don't, but I really do. And so this is where I am on that. So I have, again, made it all the way across. All of the pages are up the first row, I guess, all the way across the top. So I have just started the next page down, going across that middle section. So yeah. Next project that I have been working on is another HAID. This actually was a new start last year, with my friend Kristen, who is not on Flosstube, who we keep trying to get on Flosstube. And this is kind of like a friendship sale. We don't work on it that often. I work on it sometimes when it comes up as like a prompt for a game, or honestly just to kind of fill some stuff in, as you'll see. With this one, there is a lot of confetti, especially in the Christmas tree. And let me just show you what it looks like really quick. So there's a lot of confetti in this Christmas tree here, which of course is where I'm working at. And so what I have actually learned to love on this project particularly is to cross country. So I'm just grabbing a color thread and just jabbing it in wherever it shows up. So this is where that one is. So you can see it's all over the place. Let me move that needle minder out of the way so you can see. So this one, I'm doing 32 count. This is being done 2/1 10 stitch on 32. I have considered starting it over at one point in time, especially when getting into the tree. And I was using a lot of adult language when I was working on the tree and starting to get into the branches. But I actually really love the coverage on this one. Like, I just popped the Q-snap back on, but the coverage on that is just gorgeous. So I'm pulling through on this one. I think honestly by doing it and changing it to cross country has helped some, or maybe it just feels that way. So I'm gonna shove this one back in its bag as well. And I'm not gonna zip it. I almost did, and I would have annoyed myself for all of you, so I'm sorry. It's in this really cute Christmas bag. I actually got this from somebody on Facebook. She posted in one of my groups, and cross-stitching groups, that she makes bags, and she was taking pre-orders for this. It kind of fits in here. I kind of have to shove it in there. But it's so cute, and I was so, yeah. I love that bag. The next one that I am working on is a cotton and twine, so historical sampler company. They do a monthly subscription box, which I joined. I actually used to be part of the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Club, and then their designs started to get a little childish for me. And so I found Cotton and Twine on Instagram somehow, and decided to sign up for their monthly boxes, and they haven't disappointed. I absolutely love them. They come from the UK, but they come with everything you need. So they come with the fabric, they come with a needle, they come with all of the thread, the pattern in both black and white and in color. Usually some goodies thrown into the box, like usually they put in a tea bag in there. Some months they do like a special treat, so chocolate or like chips or something like that. So yeah, so I am behind. I'm only working on July's, but this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. Ocean waves and sunny days, which I actually started this year, obviously. I started this in, I want to say in August or September, when my wife and I went to, there's the cat, sorry, when we went to Oregon. I took it, we actually had kind of moved around the state a little bit. It's my favorite, one of my favorite places to go on vacation. And we had this really adorable, and I'm actually going to show you on the pattern because it reminds me of it, very rustic little cabin right on the ocean front. Mind you, we went and it was kind of rainy and foggy, as true Pacific Northwest. And in this little hut, I mean, it's pretty remote. And so we just kind of hung out and listened to the ocean and played some cards, and I cross-stitched and read a book, and it was great. So I started this one then, and this is all the further I am on this. This is an Agnes needle minder, which I love. These are my little dippy dots for my fingers so that I don't get sore fingers when I'm pulling through. But this little green hut right here totally reminds me of the one that we were in Oregon. I don't know why, it just kind of reminds me of what it looked like. So yeah, so that project I'm steadily working on. It's kind of a travel project because obviously it's small, it's in a little 6x6 Q-snap, so it's great just to grab and run out the door when I have, like, I'm meeting up with a friend to stitch, or I am gonna be somewhere where I don't necessarily want to take my full coverage projects. This is in a cute little summery bag. I think this was one of the bags that came in one of the Be Stitch Me mystery boxes at one point in time. The next one I'm working on, I don't know what happened to the cover photo of it. I apologize if you think about it when I'm editing, if I edit this at all. I will insert a picture of it. A lot of people probably already know what it looks like anyways, or you can go back to some of my older videos. There's only 3 other ones, and see what this will look like, because I'm pretty sure I showed it. But this is my first Mirabilia. This is Aphrodite Mermaid, and that's where she is. So she's got her sparkle in there. I've already been working on like all of that Kreinik. The only thing that I am waiting on doing is the beading. I'm gonna wait until she's completely done stitched, and then I will do the beading for her. I am doing the skin 1/1 full cross, which is, it's fun. The blends I'm definitely not a big fan of, but it's okay. And if you can hear any more background noises, I'm sorry. I have 2 dogs upstairs who are also scruffling, and we have not fully introduced the dogs and the cat, and so they stay at the top of the stairs at the little baby gate that's up there that separate my basement where I am recording and the rest of the house, just to give Tori, that's our cat's name, her own space. So yeah, anyways, that's where I am with this one. She comes out every once in a while, not as often as I probably should. And Tori is eyeballing that one as I just set it down, so I'm gonna just shove her in the bag real quick. Okay. The next one I have is also, oh, and that's on the call for fabric. I'm really sorry. I'm typically stitching that 2/2. It is a linen, but for this skin, I'm doing 1/1. And then, so the next one I'm going to show you is going to be, it's a red panda. My niece in Michigan, one of them, loves red pandas. And so this is like, I think BDL XXX Stitch Emporium. I don't buy stuff from her anymore for personal reasons, just some things that I've noticed about some of her designs and some things that I've heard about her that I won't go into on this channel. But I saw this one before I knew about the things and decided to stitch it for my niece. This one has a lot of confetti, y'all. Not even gonna lie about that. I don't have a cover photo for this one because it actually just, when you download it, it's just the chart. So it's a red panda, and eventually we'll have like a red like hoodie thing on. It's cute. This is being stitched on Atypical. It's a 32 count opalescent Belfast linen by Mystic Fabrics. This was her fabric of the month from 2022 in February. I remember getting this fabric going, I'm never going to stitch on that. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on that. And you'll see why. And then I realized that this red panda actually would look really cute on it. So here is where we are with the red panda. And you can kind of see the fabric here. Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was going to stitch on it, but I love that those sparklies is showing up on this lighting. Yeah, I still have a ways to go on this. I was rocking and rolling on it I had it out for about a month. And then I put it away to work on other things, such as most of us do. This one has been a work in progress for 2 years, I think. I finished all of the main stitching this year, so I'm not going to show you what it's going to look like when it's done because it's mostly done. I have mentioned this on a couple of other floss tubes, I believe, but I hate backstitching. It doesn't matter what it is. I am not a fan, and I think I need to just get better about doing it as I stitch. Because then I finish the main stitching and then I go find something else to do. And then it just sits there and stares at me because it needs to be backstitched. So this is the Haunted Mansion. This is by Tiny Modernist. This actually was stitched on, I believe, 16 count 2/1. In the Picture This Plus Haunted fabric. So here is what it looks like. See if I can get back far enough. There. So as you can see, the only thing that needs to be done on this one is backstitch. So it's going to be one of my goals for 2024 is to finish it. Actually backstitch it. It probably won't take very long once I actually start backstitching. Backstitching goes pretty quickly, especially since this isn't a full coverage or anything like that. I just got to do it. It looks like I started some down here. But yeah. Also, sorry, one of my lights just went out. It's rechargeable. Happens. So that's going to be a finish. Hopefully an FFO in 2024. I would love to get this framed and take it to my office for Halloween. And then the next one I have is a new start. This is by the Cross Stitch Studio. This is Honeymoon Sunset. That is what it's going to look like when it is done. I am literally working up in this area, like right in here. Y'all, I'm not even kidding when I say the confetti. So I saw this Jen the Caffeinated Crafter on her Flosstube. If y'all haven't checked her out, go check her out. She has a lot of really cool projects and is a really big enabler. So if you need things to be enabled by, go check her out. I'm stitching this with Kristen and Alara the Stitcher. Also, if you haven't checked out Alara, go check out Alara. Also some super cool projects, and they're both starting a mind-boggling amount of projects next year. So yeah, it'll be a fun ride. The confetti in this tree, holy cow. I am doing this on 32 count Easy Guide Lugana. I am doing this 2/1 10 stitch because, as I mentioned and you saw, I really loved the coverage on Cozy Christmas, which I just realized I never told you the name of that pattern, but that's okay. It's Cozy Christmas by Donna Gelsinger is what that other one was with the Christmas tree. I have stitched this down to the bottom of the first page. If you've never stitched on anything that from the Cross Stitch Studio, their pages are a lot smaller, more manageable than Heaven and Earth Designs, which is one thing I really like about the Cross Stitch Studio. So I didn't take this out of the Q stamp or anything like that because y'all, that's where I am. And again, I'm really sorry that light went out because it's not showing up super great, but you can see that tree, kind of all the little palm fronds and stuff coming in. This one I also am doing kind of a cross-country-ish. As you can see, in order to try to help prevent some page lines, I am bringing it out a little bit in hopes to prevent any kind of page lines or anything like that. I'm also doing this on 32 count because this would have been huge if I had done it on any other fabric, because this is almost a supersized. I mean, it's pretty much a supersize. It is 869 by 649, and it's 133 stitches or 133 colors. So it's going to be pretty big. So that's why I decided to do it on 32 to try to keep some of that bulk down a little bit. The next one I've been working on is also from the Cross Stitch Studio, and this is called Sea Turtle. There's no artist on either one of these patterns. I apologize. I know that she does get her artwork from people. She doesn't put it on her cover photo, so I'm really sorry about that. This one is 525 by 385 at 76 colors. It's a good thing my favorite color is blue because a lot of my projects are blue. So this is what this is gonna look like. I love sea turtles. I don't know if I've been here since we went to Hawaii in March or not, but it was great. And I actually got to see a sea turtle in the wild. So yeah, so that's sea turtle, and this is where I am on it. All of the blue. Don't have Pattern Keeper in front of me. To be honest with y'all, I actually have been switching everything over to Markup RXP now that I know how to use it. I like some of the features on there better. But yeah, that's where I am on Sea Turtle. The next one that I have, there isn't a cover photo for this. This actually was the Modern Folk Embroidery Evertotes Roxy Flosco collaboration. It was their 2023 holiday countdown. That was like a sale for this month, that we were supposed to have done by Christmas Day. Each day, it was like an advent calendar. So each day they had a part of the pattern and floss and all packaged up together. I kind of cheated and opened everything ahead of time, but they didn't actually release the floss for the day until they recorded for the day. So in true me fashion, I am fashionably late on this finish, but I am making pretty good progress, and I feel like that this is going to be done maybe this weekend if I can get a push on it, because it's not a lot. Lots of firsts for me on this one. This is actually on a 42 or a 40 count linen, and I am stitching this 2/1. If y'all want to see what it looks like finished, head over to Off the Grid Needle Arts, I think, Carolyn. I believe that, and then just look at her last day of Flossmas, and she actually shows what this looks like finished. This is my first Modern Folk Embroidery pattern. Again, love it. First time using Roxy Flosco. Threads, love them. They're great. So I actually subscribe to them. I just have never used their threads yet. This is also a one of a kind Roxy Floss Co. Fabric, hand dyed by them. And I believe it was called Turtle Dove. Maybe, I don't have it in front of me, but I think it was called Turtle Dove. My cute little needle minder is also another Agnes needle minder. How cute that is. And actually the texture on that, you can't really see it because that light died, but it actually is kind of like gingerbready, like almost looks like she baked it or something. It's actually pretty cool. So that one I will continue to work on, hopefully get a finish yet this year. There is one more that I have that I forgot to grab that's upstairs that I'm not gonna run up and grab, but a lot of people are already working on it, which is the Bella Filipina Mermaid Sal. Again, fashion really late. That last pattern came out, I believe this month it was the Winter Mermaid, which was the last one. I've only finished spring and she's not even beaded or back stitched, so I just did the cry neck and the main stitching. So I have 3 mermaids to do, but that's okay. That's future me. So that's it. Those are my WIPs for right now. I'm pretty sure those are all of my WIPs for right now. So I'm gonna jump into plans. If you were only here for my cross stitching, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope that you all have a safe and happy new year. And I hope to be back maybe once a month or once every other month in 2024. So thanks for being here. For those of you who want to hang out and talk about plans or maybe fake plans, I'm here for it. So I am not going to be starting all of the things. I'm going to be starting some of the things. A little bit of a life thing too. I turned 40 in March, and we are planning on going to, my wife and I, are going to Italy and Greece for 12 days. And so that might impact some of my stitching and what I start, just because I'm trying to save up money to spend for that trip. So, one thing that is already fully kitted, I have fabric for, and all of the beads and things, as you can probably hear them rustling around in this bag, is another Mirabilia. This is Princess Ileana, I believe. Sorry for that glare. She is so pretty. So I'm hoping to start her this year. Like I said, it's fully kitted. I've got everything. It's just pulling out the fabric and getting some stitches in it. So hopefully we'll be starting and working on that. Another new start that I have planned probably in January, actually. I signed up for the Cottage Garden Samplings Fabulous Houses series, and I do have the first one. The second one should be shipped out here shortly. I've been searching all over for the called for fabric, which is 40 count prehistoric linen by Fox and Rabbit, and the fancy flosses. So there's actually a couple of classic colorworks in this one, and the second one that's coming out in the castle, I believe it is. They actually have classic colorworks and weeks dye works. So yesterday I reached out to my LNS, which is a stitching shop here in Denver, Colorado. They're about 15-20 minutes from me, and get a lot of my money. And asked if they had Ladybug and classic colorworks and Plymouth Rock. I was looking online at like 1-2-3 Stitch because I have have my wish list there and some stuff in my cart. And yesterday when I met up with my friend Jessie, she enabled me even further with another chart that is also now in my 1, 2, 3 stitch cart. So I was just gonna order everything because shipping, but they were sold out. So I emailed my LNS. Christine is the owner over at a stitching shop, and she responded at 3 o'clock saying, yes, I have those. Sat for about 20 minutes and debated going over there just for these, and decided that I was going to do that because I really want to start this. So, ta-da! We found them. I actually grabbed 2 of each just in case. And then I also grabbed the Milady's Teal, which is for the castle, along with the Weeks Dye Works. This is called Flatfish, and also needed for the castle that's coming out. So as we were standing there and talking, I said, hey, you wouldn't happen to have any of the Fox and Rabbit 40 count prehistoric in stock, would you? Because it is sold out everywhere. And one of her associates pulled out their Fox and Rabbit fabric and pulled out a whole yard. What we then realized as we were talking about cutting it up and like how many would fit on a full yard was that it was 46 count. Y'all, I've only ever stitched any on 40 count and high, like 40 count and up. So like 32, 28, 25, 18. Don't do anything on 20 count usually. 16, 14, try not to do those because those are huge. So I was not down for 46. We realized that they actually didn't have it, and so we were trying to find something close since we had the 46 that we could base the color off of. So we pulled out fiber on a whim, and we were started to go through their 40 count and found one. I was like, oh, that's a, wow. I saw it in the bag and like the bin, and I was like, wow, that's like perfect match. Only to realize it was actually a yard of the 40 count Fox and Rabbit in prehistoric. It was just in the wrong bin. I felt like this was fate. So initially I did a fat half, or a stitcher's half. It would fit 6 of these projects on there, of the houses, because I'm going to do them individually. So we cut it, started to cut it down into the pieces, and as Christine is serging it for me, Christine, the enabler, she says, hey, you know, when the other 6 come out, you're gonna not only have a hard time finding this, you're not gonna find it in the same dye lot because it's hand dyed. And I was already thinking about that as I was wandering around waiting for them to cut my fabric. And she was like, so maybe you should just do the whole yard and get all 12 on the same dye lot. Dang it, Christine. So I did. I will just pull out the scrap pieces because there were some scraps, and I can show you all the color. Kind of show you the color, maybe. It's like a grayish color, grayish bluish color. But now I have all of the fabric that I will need for the houses on the prehistoric linen. So then it'll just be finding the fancy flosses. They ended up being about 10 by 10 squares. Let's see if I can pull one out. They're all cut, they're all serged, they are ready to roll when I am ready to start. So, so I'm excited about that one. That for sure, those, we'll see how many I actually start this year. No promises. But I'm very excited about those. And finding the right fabric for them, because I was gonna have to come home and probably stash dive, but I like it when I can get the intended fabric, and I've never stitched on Fox and Rabbit, so I'm pretty excited. This is where y'all come in. I need some help. I have a couple of, I would like to start a couple of new BAPs, or big ass projects. I have some that I have purchased or received as gifts. I'd like to start one, maybe two next year. I don't know when. So if y'all want to help me decide on which ones I should start or which ones y'all would like to see, if y'all can leave me a comment in the comment section below, I'd love that. I do try to respond to all of your comments as they come in. So for those of you who have left comments and support and whatnot, I really do appreciate that. So without further ado, I am going to start showing you, and we can just do 1, 2, 3, or 4. That's easier in the comments. You can pick 2. I'm okay with you picking 2. So this one is a Heaven and, they're all, well, at least this set is Heaven and Earth designs. There are a couple of cross stitch studios that I did not print out, but I can maybe pull up on my phone and see if we can try to figure that out. So the first one is going to be Supersize The Amazing Animal Kingdom Max Colors. This is by Amy Stewart. I really do want to start in Amy Stewart this year. I have not stitched any of hers, and I absolutely love them. There's also another one that I forgot, so I will put that in as well or show that on my phone. So this is number 1. So this is the bookshelf. Yeah, I love this. All the different animals in the different regions. And so we'll say that Supersize Amazing Animal Kingdom is number 1. This one is a Supersize US Travel Shelf Max Color, again by Amy Stewart. We will say that this is number 2. You can't really make it out on here too well, but I love this one because it actually has, like, one of the books in here is this one. It's a lighthouse, and it is the Great Lakes. And so I'm from Michigan originally, so I love that that one was like flipped out and kind of a focus. Another one too is right here. So this actually says Colorado Rockies. So obviously me being in Colorado, when I saw this one, I knew I had to get it. And it's been sitting in my downloads and in my Dropbox for a little while. Also New York is on here as well. And we have family in New York. So yeah, this one is definitely one that I would like to start sooner or later. The next one is Waterhole Master. So sorry. So for the US Traveler bookshelf, we'll say number 2. For Waterhole for number 3, it's Waterhole Master Max Colors. If anybody watches Jemima the Rocking Stitcher, you will see that she did, I believe I don't know if she's completed it. I haven't watched her in a while. And she hasn't been around much. I know that she has a lot of stuff going on personally. But she was working on this. I think she was working on the Supersize Max Color version. I'm just doing the Max Color version. So this is artwork by David Paddenfound. And so that's Waterhole Master. That will be number 3. And this last one was a gift to me from Judy, which is an Aussie in a Kiwi world. She gifted me this pattern for Christmas, so thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. This is Supersized Ye Old Christmas Shop Max Colors by Ciro Marchetti. And there goes the other light. So that is what that one looks like. I thought this one was so cute. So that will be number 4. And then let me find my phone and we can do a couple of the other ones. Just have to find them. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. All right, so number 5, we will say will be, this is another Amy Stewart. This is called Beachcomber's Bounty. And well, that's not too bad. And that is Beachcomber's Bounty by Amy Stewart. This one I did get in just a max color version. I think that it will be okay as far as detail goes. I don't know. Let me know if anybody has seen it either in the standard like max color or supersized and has a preference or thinks one is better than the other. Let me know. So Beachcomber's Bounty by Amy Stewart will be number 5. And then I have 2 Cross Stitch Studios. I just have to scroll and find. Okay, the first one is Snape's Library. They just released this one not too long ago. This one is 800 by 800, so this one is not small. And so this is Snape's Library. Sorry, it's not the best, and y'all can see my front door going off. Yeah. So Snape's Library, or and that will be number 6. Or it's either one of these. I'm not going to start both of these. So Trelawney's Library. Is this one? Again, blurry. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can get it to focus. Probably not. Again, by the Cross Stitch Studio. So that one will be number 7. I have a couple of other smaller new starts planned. I'm going to be doing, I want to say it's by Primrose Cottage. I think they did like the Christmas Town or the Santa Town one. Don't have it down here in front of me. I'll have to show it in another video. So a couple of smaller starts planned. But yeah, so if y'all can help me decide what I should start or what y'all would like to see on this channel, 1 through 7, please, in the comments. Choose 2. I think that's pretty much it for me. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'm sorry it's been a while. I will try to come back more frequently in the new year. Happy stitching to you all. Happy New Year. I don't know about all of y'all, but I, for one, am kind of glad to see 2023 coming to an end. It's been a whirlwind. Some big things to look forward to in 2024 as we go on our trip, and then my kids go to London in June, and we'll be graduating from 8th grade. Yeah, so we have some really cool things coming up and planned as a family, and just kind of looking forward to seeing what 2024 brings. Again, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. And happy stitching. And I will catch you in the new year.